Hey, so I know everyone is focused on Texas right now, and rightfully so, because what's going on in Texas is fucking crazy. But I just wanted to kind of give people an idea of what's going on here in Oregon, or at least what has been going on for the past week or so. So we had 6 days ago from the time I made this video, we had a ice storm, snowstorm type of thing. They were saying, okay, it's gonna snow. All right, so it didn't really snow. It was freezing rain, which coated everything. It was crazy. All this shit happened so quickly and so unexpectedly that the people who even were prepared for something like this weren't really prepared. It covered everything, and then it started to actually snow, and then it started to rain again, sleet, all that shit, and froze like crazy, coupled with wind, just weighted down all the trees and the power lines, which led to just everything, so many trees just snapping in half, trees, branches falling down, and just so many power lines and power poles that just fell down. These are things that have been withstanding pretty serious weather for a long time, for many years, that have just been like trees that are just falling down, uprooting because of the deep freeze so quickly, and then thawing out so quickly. So I'm here on my property. I want to show you guys, just kind of give you a perspective of the damage that is going on all over the place. Sorry for the shaky video and the shitty quality, but I'm working with my phone here. That's all I have because we haven't had power for 6 days now. Luckily we were able to get a generator and at least heat the house and not let our guinea pigs die. Anyway, let me just give you a little tour here. So it may be a little bit tough to see, but here's my driveway, and here is all of the debris that came off of these trees, just covering everything. So after everything thawed out is when the real damage pretty much happened. Right here, it looked like someone had just backed up with a dump truck full of ice and dumped it out, along with all of this just shit that fell off the trees. Here's the trail that goes down below our house, and there's just like all of this just broken carnage. I used to be in logging, and it looks just like after a logging job where it's kind of, everything's a bit of a mess right afterwards. So all this stuff just kind of, it was just severely weighted down by that coating of ice, and just weakened and broke. So we have, still more debris that's fallen off. There's just like a nice covering of mulch everywhere. And it literally, down this hill, it looks like there was just like a logging operation that came through. So yeah, so there's more of this stuff. Luckily, for a couple of days, it actually heated up. It got to, I don't know, maybe 55 degrees or something. So that was able to melt the ice and the snow. The roads were terrible. My girlfriend works an hour north of us, and I had to drive her to work because I have the only four-wheel drive with good tires. Here's more of it. And yeah, putting it in perspective here, these trees just literally broke in half. Every property's got an old shitty pickup truck lying around, in the woods here, in the rural areas. Yeah, I just wanted to, I know it may be kind of hard to see, but these trees, all of them just broke in half. And these are not like super weak trees either. Like they've been withstanding weather for quite some time. Like there was a big storm back in 2016, and everything was fine. I think it's just the rate of how quickly everything froze, and that amount of freezing rain that coated everything and weighted it down, as well as weakened the ground below it. And here you go, there's a tree that fell across our road here. And the thing that also I wanted to say is just that this is happening everywhere in this particular area, Portland, greater Portland area, Salem, Woodburn, all the way out to Silverton, everywhere this all happened. And we're the lucky ones. We're able to not have our homes damaged at all. We didn't have any trees fall on our homes. You can't say that about other people that really have been hit hard by this thing. So yeah, here's another view of this stuff that fell off. So the way I've been explaining it, the way I've been kind of, because I talk to people, you know, from back home or where this isn't happening, and they're like, oh, really? Did it get that bad? I'm like, well, it literally looks like, if you look at the footage of an atomic bomb that went off, it kind of looks like far away from it that the shock wave came through. It really does look like that, because all the trees, there's not a tree that has not been affected by this. This is just down at our burn pile to give you an idea of the size of things that are getting broken off. Like, look at that shit. That's not a small branch that fell down. That's just a branch. And here's kind of the last of it for our property. There's more stuff broken off up there. And then you can just see these trees that have just been kind of bent and broken. They'll recover, thankfully, but there's just a lot of damage. This is a good example here of what's been happening all over the place. This is my neighbor's property. There's trees that are just splitting in half, and not just little trees like this. The other day, I saw a probably 200-year-old oak tree that was split all the way down the middle because of this thing. So yeah, hopefully this gives you a good idea of what's going on up here. Obviously, we're feeling for people all over the country that have been experiencing this insane weather and just so unexpectedly. I'll try to link some relief efforts in the description. So just to also give you an idea of why I haven't been posting, because we literally haven't had power. So I'm gonna try to figure out a way to upload this. Anyway, everybody, thanks for watching. It's starting to rain pretty heavy now. It seems like 2020 just started and it's just not ending. It's just a never-ending year. We got that pandemic, we got all this shit. Like, we're still having to social distance and wear masks and shit during this thing. All these different things that are happening, I don't know. It really goes to show that how easily you can take for granted, you know, how peaceful life can be, how good you can have it, you know? Like, we've been thinking about how we just have the habit to turn the faucet on, turn the light switch on. And that's all, you know, not as resilient as we may think a lot of the time. So it's just a good thing to think about. There's people that have it way worse than us, and we're just still grateful that we have our health and we have, you know, our animals are still alive, and that and we can eat more meals, you know, even during this time. So anyway, this was a lot of fun. I might do more little vloggy type things in the future. So thanks a lot. Have a great fucking day. Keep your bitches out of the kitchen, and I'll see you in the next one.